This podcast is part of the Frederick Podcast Network. Learn more at listenfrederick.com.
Beers in the Lot is partnered with the Hockey Podcast Network.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Beers in the Lot. Before we get going, let me just remind you about our shop at beersinthelot.com/shop. That's where you can get the t-shirts and other merchandise with Beers in the Lot logos on it. Also, check out beersinthelot.com for anything else you might be curious about this podcast. And be sure to join the Discord at beersinthelot.com/Discord. So here we are with episode 193. Hope you all enjoyed the little bonus episode that Riggs and John did last week for the little playoff preview. But for this episode, Riggs and Daniel and I talked about the events of Old Fat Bald Guys on Sunday night and a possible new pregame ritual for the OFBG Kings. We also talked a lot about the playoffs. We talked about the Battle of Florida. We talked about Boston and Toronto, New York Islanders and Canes, Caps and Rangers. I think we made mention of 6 out of the 8 series, something like that. So let's get to it and crack the beers. Got 3 good cracks tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What are you drinking tonight, Daniel?
So, from my travels up north, I am drinking Crusher by The Alchemist.
Oh.
It was one of the beers I got at the end of the tour. After you go on the tour of the brewery, they come out. They bring like 4 different styles that they have. They don't have a ton of different styles. They're not like overly saturated with different styles, and which makes all the shit that they have really good. Yeah, and then they're like, all right, you get a free can like with your tour. What do you want to pick? And they give you one.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Good.
That's cool.
Free beer. I mean, not free, but
Well,
they
yeah.
give you one.
You pay for the tour. You know.
Yeah.
What do you got tonight, Riggs?
I have another Trogs Graffiti Highway.
I love that beer, actually.
Rogues.
It is very good. It might be one of my favorite beers of all time.
Oh,
Maybe.
are we switching house
Maybe.
beers?
Yeah, it's hard, right? Because there's no more Flying Dog in Frederick. So it was Zombie Dust. It might be Graffiti Highway if Trogs makes it year round. We'll see. So
Yeah, availability is key too.
that's
Can't
the
have a
thing.
house beer you can't find.
I think this is seasonal for them now, so I'm not sure, but we'll find out. More to come.
Keep an eye out.
You could be like Aaron and just get a ton of cases of it and just
I'll
store
just
it in
buy
your
a
basement.
pallet of
Yeah.
it and
drink 8-month-old beer year round.
What does Aaron have tonight?
I have from Sam Adams a cold snap. It was actually kind of cold on Sunday. That's why I decided.
That's a
to
good
drink
beer
it.
too. I like that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's probably one of my
Yeah.
favorites by Sam Adams.
I like it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's a white ale. Good.
It's really good on tap.
Can't complain.
I actually saw the bottle and I was like, yeah,
sure.
that kind of looks like a cold snap bottle.
You were right.
What do I win?
Yeah, it was a little chilly, honestly. Nothing. You win the beer you have. But yeah, Sunday night, man, it was like cold. Like I wore a jacket. It was kind of funny. One of the guys
Yeah.
in the lot, he looked at me as I was leaving and he said, "Aaron, I thought we were going to be no jacket buddies." And I was like, "Dude, what's wrong with you? It's cold out." 'Cause I'm normally the one with no jacket on. But
I'm not cold.
yeah. I'm not cold. But no, it was cold on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm tired of the cold weather. Like it's spring. Like, come on.
Yeah, come on.
I'm done. I'm done with
the week
cold weather now.
before. Exactly. We came to the rink in shorts and flip flops the week before. Like that's what I
know.
want from now until like December.
But now that being said,
Or
though,
whenever.
the past 2 days have been absolutely beautiful.
Today was great.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have been.
It was awesome.
Today was awesome.
Yeah, I'm done with being cold in the lot after games. I'm ready to go out and shorts and flip flops and be comfy. It's that time. It's that time. This is the spring season of old fat bald guys. In fact, so like we're not supposed to be wearing like pants and shoes. Full on. I'm not wearing shoes.
We gotta snap the cold.
I
gotta
cannot
snap it.
I cannot stand wearing socks. I hate socks. So I
Preach.
want no socks weather.
Yeah, that's my kind of weather. It was a good night of games though for old fat bald guys. Briggs had himself a little night. Saw on the score sheet.
I had a first
Couple
period.
goals and an apple.
I had a first
Yeah,
period. And then I got tired. I couldn't do anything else after that.
But no, I saw your. I checked it on Live Barn too, as I do. So doing the stats, I check them on Live Barn. You played well. I give yourself some credit. I thought you played well.
Yeah,
Plays looked good. But
I was the assist I was most proud of. That was
it was solid.
that pass. Yeah. Like I don't like to, whatever, but like that pass was.
You don't like to toot your own horn.
That was sick.
You can toot your horn on passes. I say
Yeah.
goals. Like let other people talk about your goals, but
the goals
passes feel good about passes,
dude. Both goals, I was a pigeon. I was just picking up the trash, like whatever. Like, but
I need some of those.
Still went in.
But that pass was sick. Like that was
on point. Yeah. And then Daniel, I got put on a line together for our game, and we had a couple of close games. Actually, your game was 8-7 or something, right?
Yeah, 8-7,
8-6,
Yeah.
8-7, something
Ours
like
was
that.
as close as it could get.
Ours was. It doesn't get any closer. Tied at 7 at the end of the game.
we got tie games.
Yeah. We didn't want to do a shootout though. We did overtime. And we're like, all right, we're not doing a shootout. We just
tie games.
Yep.
I think we got the winner like in the last minute or so. It was like it was close. It was close.
Yeah.
So
which is great. Like
that's what we want.
The parity.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. This is good.
It's very good. Our game is fast.
Mm-hmm.
We were moving.
So again, I had a really good first period.
The
game
fast in the first period.
The game was fast. I said it multiple times on the bench. Like, this is one of the fastest OFBG games I've ever played. Like,
ours felt the same way, honestly.
Yeah.
It had great pace.
Yeah. Which
at least in the first, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, like, because then like the second period, I was dying. Like
that sounds familiar. Yeah, our game was good though. Like we the tie game. I mean, we were leading, I think, most of the game, I think, and then dropped a 5-2 lead, I think. And then
yeah.
Let them
we
back
were riding
in.
High. Should we tell them the story about the
Oh, absolutely. We have to tell
mishap?
this. So Sunday was also John's birthday. So Daniel, being the great friend that he is, decided he's going to stop and pick up something for John. And what'd you pick up for him?
I was looking for a tweet. Okay.
Yeah, a tweet. Yeah.
And
it's a good idea.
The local liquor store did not have tweez. I guess they don't drink a lot of tweez around these parts. And I see Bud Light. I was like, haha, that'd be funny. Look, it's got like some kind of juice in it. John likes fruity stuff. Like he drinks like the strawberries and something like that. This will be great. This will be funny. It'll be fine.
How big was it? It was like a 20 ounce? 22?
It was.
I don't even know how big they are.
It was like a 24 ounce.
It was bigger than a pounder.
Yeah, it was like a 24 ounce.
It was a mortar. Yeah,
it was. Yes,
it was a mortar. Yeah,
it was a 24 ounce.
So,
like red on the can. It had like a splash looking juice kind of look. Yeah,
it was a Michelada, wasn't it? It was
it was a
Clamato.
Oh, Clamato. Yeah.
And what is that, Aaron?
Which which we have come to find out, thanks to our vegetarian friend, is actually got clam juice in it.
Yeah, it's clam juice and tomato juice.
Oh,
It's clam
God.
and tomato juice.
Yeah.
We
Daniel didn't realize this when he bought it.
A lot of people use that for like Bloody Marys and stuff. Like they'll get
that's
like,
what we said. We're like,
yeah.
This is a Bloody Mary mixed with a beer.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
So in beer league fashion, we passed it around the locker room. So I believe almost everybody had some of the Clamato.
Well, what we told John, it was like, oh, it's your birthday. You got to drink it. And he like took a one swig and was like, nope. Outright refused.
The worst taste in your mouth. So the aftertaste, it was so disgusting. I mean, clam juice and tomato juice, like you can only imagine. I don't think one person took a sip and didn't reach immediately in the cooler for another beer. They're like, this. I got to get this taste out of my mouth
immediately. The one guy on our team said that it starts with the aftertaste.
With the aftertaste.
Love that.
Yeah, you can smell it and just know that it's gonna be a bad time. Although we were flying around in the first period.
We called it gold juice, and then every time somebody scored, we were talking up that Clamato juice. That's what it was. Somebody said if we win, then we're gonna have one of these before every game. And Goody said that. I think everybody that must have kicked in at some point. We realized, we can't win this game.
We can't win this game.
So that's why we tied. Like, we can't win.
We successfully failed.
This can't be a thing. Task failed successfully. Yeah. But that was fun though.
So my failure actually turned out into a funny, funny story. So.
Oh man, yeah. Come on.
That's what it's about. Speaking of blowing leads, though, we're recording on a Tuesday night, so actually we have the unique opportunity to talk about a game that happened on Monday night. The Canes and Islanders collapse, where the Canes gave up a 3-0 lead to the Islanders, and it was like 2 minutes or something like that in the third.
Other way around.
It was the other way.
Other way around.
It was the other way.
Islanders gave up the lead.
Islanders gave up the lead. Yeah, sorry. My bad. Islanders had a 2-0 lead and blew it in the third.
Yeah.
But also, so the thing about that is the Islanders actually played really well in game one.
Mm-hmm.
I saw some stuff from some people that track the advanced stats or fancy stats or whatever you want to call them, but like they were winning a lot of the one-on-one battles and controlling a lot of the play on the wall and stuff. And, they lost the game. So whatever. The Islanders in the second game did not play well at all. They got outshot attempted like 100-20 or something like that. So Carolina,
I'm actually looking at it now. 39-12. How did they get 3 goals on 12 shots?
So, I'm talking about shot attempts. So the amount of time that the puck, the amount of time that the puck was on Carolina's stick was basically the whole game, the entire game.
Yeah.
Right. And somehow, like the Islanders found 3 goals, and they were up 3-0. And I was flipping back and forth because I was actually more interested in the Toronto-Boston game, but. And so it's 3-0, and I was like, this is over. So I just watched the rest of Toronto Boston. And then I get up this morning and it's like, oh yeah, Carolina scored all these goals.
Whoopsie.
And they won the game. And I'm like, but I was like, okay, that actually makes sense because they had the puck the whole game.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so anyway. So
it actually went the way that the stats were trending.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, it usually, if you are out attempting a team, like you're going to end up in a good spot. There are anomalies, right? Or you get goalied sometimes, right? Like whatever. But
we've talked about it before. If you play a good game, you play the right way, you're going to win.
Yeah, just
more often than you don't.
If you have the puck more than the other team, like I was it is Tuesday, so on Tuesdays usually I'm on the ice coaching. So after coaching, we were talking about LA, and then that led to Daryl Sutter. And one of the cup runs that when Daryl Sutter was with the Kings, he was at a press availability, and the topic of is playoff success more about defense or offense or whatever came up. And he simply said, and I'm going to paraphrase because I don't remember the exact quote, but he simply said, if you have the puck more than the other team, you're probably going to win. Right. And that's Daryl Sutter, old school,
right.
Western Canadian farmer dude, saying that. And I tend to agree with that.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Like, it's a fundamental of the game. If you have the puck, the other team can't score. And if you have the puck, then you have a better chance to score. So keep it on your stick. You're going to win.
Exactly.
Makes sense. Simple. Like we say on the bench all the time, hockey, it's a simple game.
Oh, it's a simple game.
Is a simple
so
game.
Simple. So
it's not an easy game. It's a simple game, though.
So simple.
Any surprises so far? Anybody surprised by any of the results that we've seen? I mean, we're only a couple games in, but
no.
I mean, Boston stole one from Toronto, obviously, and
steal. I don't know.
I think it's the other way around.
Steal, quote unquote. It's more like Toronto stole one today, I guess. Yeah, or the other day.
Yeah. I think
enough.
last night. Yeah, I think last night. Toronto's on the road, right? So, they split on the road. That's the goal.
That's
right?
good. Yeah,
you split on the road.
Yeah, that's good for.
Now
Toronto.
you're playing with house money going home. So. Now
they can splash the pot.
So a surprise from that. Well, yeah, a surprise from that series though is that second game was very physical.
Yeah, that was a good game.
The Bruins are going to be physical, but like Toronto was very physical in that game, and I felt like we had talked about before Bertuzzi and Max Domi with Austin Matthews, like they have to find it in order for Toronto to be successful. Like, Domi got a goal. They were both in Boston players' faces during play and after play. Like, I think that's how it's going to work for Toronto this time around. Especially with that line, like to get that line going. And then Matthews, obviously, with the game winner, that was just a beautiful play. Like, I don't even know.
That play was sick.
I don't even know how he did that. Like, I don't want to. We were talking about.
You give me 100 times and I wouldn't be able to do it.
I don't know how he did that. Like, he like went forehand, backhand, forehand.
It looked very easy what he did, and then the goalie was just like,
"Oh yeah."
It's
like,
just
he made it look so easy. But.
It was wild, but
and then
yeah.
And then that bum McAvoy toe picked at the end of the game. That's great. He ain't doing shit.
But that game was super physical.
Yeah, that was a good game. That was a great game.
You got to think Toronto had to come out and answer because I mean, that's Boston's game against them is to just rough them up and get them off their game because they're getting just thrown around. So Toronto had to come back and say, hey, you're not going to be able to do that to us and get nothing, like expect nothing out of us.
Exactly.
So, that's a good response from Toronto. That's actually a departure from their norm. Like the fact that they were able to answer that's a good sign for them, honestly.
Yes. Especially the way that Boston just skated all over them in the first game. Like you would think, the Toronto of 2 years ago, 3 years ago would have kind of wilted, right?
Probably.
But they definitely responded.
That was a good response.
That's interesting. I still have given up on them. Like I don't think right. Like
don't think they're actually going to make it. But
it's.
I mean, it is Toronto. I mean, come on.
But we've talked about all this.
Losers until they prove otherwise.
Exactly. We've talked about all this before too. Like you're a loser until you're not. Right. So.
Yep. Pretty much. Like their window wide open. Why can't they get through it?
But, I mean, they got all those guys. Like, and Nylander isn't even playing yet.
All those guys.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah, a lot of dudes.
Yeah, they're missing weapons. Yeah, that's what their thing is. They got dudes. Well, they've got some guys, but they need dudes.
They have a lot of guys. They don't have a lot of dudes.
They have a lot of guys. Yeah.
They have some dudes.
They need to be 100% dudes. They're dude
all dudes.
Low. Oh, man.
Time out for just a second while we hear about our sponsors. We'll be right back.
The chase for the Stanley Cup is on, and if you're looking to light the lamp, nothing beats the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. From the start of playoff beards all the way till the hoisting of the cup, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered with same-game parlays, live betting, odds boosts, and so much more. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. New customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's code THPN only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Or in West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-78-97777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.co/ice for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Copyright NHL 2024, all rights reserved.
Pure Hockey has the best hockey equipment, accessories, and apparel on the market to take your game to the next level. Maybe it's time to ditch that old stick and start the year with a fresh twig. Maybe it's time to refresh your NHL wardrobe for the race to the playoffs. Pure Hockey has it all. Whether it's training aids, the latest sticks and skates, or your favorite team's gear, get your hockey shopping done at Pure Hockey and use our affiliate link at beersinTheLot.com/Pure Hockey.
The surprises question, right? All the matchups I feel like are pretty good. Like even the lower teams, like I feel like they're good matchups. So
yeah,
I think some of these series are 2-0 or 0-2 depending on how you look at it. I don't think it's going to be that way that long because I feel like the games are pretty close. We talked about Carolina and the Islanders, but the Islanders were up 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
If they find a way to, hold them to 3-2 or, I don't know who was in net, but if they make a stop, that series is even.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Despite Carolina's dominance in the game. So, who knows? And even Washington tonight, like
they put up a fight.
I
thought they.
I was just looking at that.
They were coming. I thought they were going to score towards the end.
They got a couple power play goals. They got Shorty scored against them, which is probably the difference.
Big special teams night,
right?
For both sides.
And in the first game, it was really like 2 minutes that the Rangers scored all the goals in, and after that, it was a boring ass game. I was talking to Goody on Sunday after we played. He, big Rangers guy, and he was like, "That game was so boring." I was like, "Yeah, dude, I don't even know why I was watching it because it was like there was nothing happening."
Because it's playoff
Like,
hockey, that's why.
I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. I just think it's the way that the teams match
There's
up.
nothing
Like,
else on. You could watch Pawn Stars or something, I guess.
Oh,
but
man.
it just, and I didn't get to watch tonight, obviously, but
By the numbers, it looks like it was a close game. Though.
It was a close game.
25 to 27 shots.
Yeah, I watched the second and
and-
third period. It was a close game.
So there, even that matchup, which, Washington shouldn't even be there. Like they shouldn't be in the playoffs, but
Here they are.
They're kind of
Here
even
we are.
even down 0-2, like they're kind of right there. So
Yeah.
who knows?
It's hockey, man. Anything can happen.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
It's coming back to Washington. Who knows what can happen at home?
The second Colorado Winnipeg game is wild right now. Like the Jets just scored in the second period. Cale Makar I don't know who got this goal. Somebody shot. Lehkonen got it. I don't know. So the Jets go down and score. Or no, they hit the post, goes back the other way, and it's like these guys are just flying around, just putting goals in like it's OFBG.
Yeah, the game was fast.
Oh, those guys.
But they're scoring like at an OFBG pace. Like it's
yeah. That game's going to be 8-7.
Well, it was 7-6, wasn't it? The first game in this series was 7-6.
Yeah, it was a beer league score.
That's
sure.
an OFBG score.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, who got that?
That's funny.
Lehkonen?
Lehkonen got it.
Yeah, Lehkonen tipped it in off Makar, but like they're just flying around.
Yeah. Now, one thing I like is Hyman getting a hattie in the first game.
Yeah,
man.
I love it.
And
It's like a big middle finger, like
It's like,
screw you
shut
guys.
up.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
poo-pooed him when John and I did the bonus episode.
come
I
on.
pooed him because I was like, Hyman can't be the difference. And guess what? Guess what?
Oh, man.
Whoopsie daisy.
Oh, man.
He probably heard that. He's like, I'll show you, Riggs.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't a game win. He didn't get a game winner, though. Dries got a game winner.
I
off
think
that.
the
He
game
had
was
3
like
goals, though.
The game was
Three
like
is-
7-3,
yeah, I
7-4,
mean, come on.
something like
Zach
7-4.
Hyman scored a hat trick in the playoffs.
that.
First
Like-
game of the playoffs after all these people were like, "Oh, they don't count.
say
for
he is a
50."
real 50.
It's not a real 50. Like, I totally get though what you were saying. You poo pooed, but the reason why is because he's getting goals that you're probably yes, the 50
No,
had
my
theme. And
my
those
thing-
goals are kind of not going to happen as often in the playoffs.
yeah.
Like,
You're thinking he's not going to get that much space in front of the net.
my
like that.
thing is
yeah,
more about
that's what I'm
like,
thinking. But
the game gets tighter in the
Mhm.
playoffs, right?
Right.
The like they say the rink shrinks, right? Like in the playoffs,
Yeah,
right? There's
exactly.
less
physical.
there's less time and space because it's more physical
Mhm.
because it's a short season tournament, right? And so my
Right.
thing is I didn't feel like he's gonna have the same success that he had in the regular season. And I still kind of don't, even though he had the 3 goals in that.
I mean, it's
first
only one
game.
game.
Right. It's just one game. And
yeah,
Oh,
know.
what that would be so great. The Oilers just win the Stanley Cup. Comes out, he's the MVP.
he gets a Conn Smythe.
Yeah.
that would be insane. They got the Conn Smythe.
Yeah. Guess what? Everybody can
For 19 goals in the playoffs. Also, I just looked, and one of his goals was scored in the blue paint.
But that's what he does, and it's fine.
There was
yeah.
no one by him. Yeah,
Yeah.
they gave him all kinds of space. So you know what? Fuck you, Kings. If you're gonna give that guy that kind of space when he just put up 50 that way, like, yeah, you got to cover
Well,
him.
Also, fuck you, Kings, for I felt like they were going to put up a little bit of a fight here. And again, it's only one game.
Yeah.
But
one game. Yeah.
I felt like, it's time for them to kind of get over the proverbial hump here and like figure it out and get back to it. Cause like that team is good.
I feel like they're not a very offensive. Like, I feel like they don't have those offensive weapons like Oilers do. So I mean, like, if you're gonna get in a shootout with the Oilers, like,
but
you're
the
lose.
Oilers are so like 2-dimensional. They're not 1-dimensional. They're like 2-dimensional. Yes. Zach Hyman, but it's really Draisaitl and McDavid.
Well,
and they didn't. That roster didn't change that much.
Well, McDavid had 5 assists, so like he's definitely driving the play.
Exactly, which he should. Yes, right.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not expecting. You're not. He is. You're not expecting Zach Hyman to finish like every play.
Right.
right.
But
if he gets 10 chances, he might get 3 goals.
Right.
Might get 3 goals.
Yeah.
If you're gonna let McDavid feed him all night, then he's probably gonna pot a few.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, Battle of Florida is shaping up pretty good.
Oh, that series.
Who won tonight?
Yep.
Florida did overtime.
Florida did.
Kachuk
3-2. Same as last game was 3-2.
Matthew Kachuk got it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Colorado just scored.
Colorado scored again. Well, of course they just scored.
Oh no, it was Verhaeghe. It was Verhaeghe.
But still, either way, I mean, they're going to overtime.
Yeah.
Of course, Colorado scored. It's OPG.
Yeah.
But
Erod, Evan Rodriguez. Look at that. I like him a lot, by the way.
Yeah. I like
Erod a lot. He's
sick move. Penguins getting rid of him.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Yeah. Well, fuck them.
But no, Florida and Tampa, man.
Oh, that's series.
3-2 games now. Like they're and the hits. My God, the hits numbers are insane in this game or in these games. It's great. Love to see it.
It's awesome. Even though
twice as many hits as other games, other series going on.
Even though it's 2-0 Florida, like it's super close. So now, like they were, first 2 games, Florida holds serve, goes back to Tampa. Who knows what happens? Vazzy,
right.
Vazzy shuts
Tampa
him
has
out.
The weapons, I mean,
or whatever. And Tampa's playing well.
They've been there before.
Pointer, Stammer, Kucherov, all the cats, like they're
can't go wrong.
Oh man,
Hedman still hitting people in their head.
Still solid.
Still solid.
Still solid, dude.
No, not really. But it's Victor Hedman. I mean, his name is synonymous with defense. Like, come on.
Yeah. He's like this generation of players, Nick Lidstrom. Like I think that's where he's at now, right?
That is a like really good comparison, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Exciting times. It's this time of year. The best time of year.
The first round, by the way, the first round of the playoffs. The first
round is so exciting.
3 games on every night for at least a week. And then
it slows a bit in terms of like the total quantity.
Yeah.
You could say the quality sort of improves, but you could make that argument. But quantity of dudes early on in the playoffs is just so high.
Quantity
the dude
of
quotient
battling.
is up there.
All the dudes.
All the dudes.
All right, that's it for this one. Thank you for your listen and for your support. We appreciate all of your likes and ratings and reviews and subscriptions on the various podcatchers. Keep them coming. We appreciate every single one of them. I know I speak for the rest of the guys when I say have a good one, and we'll catch you next week when our new episode drops on Wednesday. See ya.